Hello, I am Peter, and I will be guiding you through this module on different mathematical tools regularly used for financial analysis. This time, let's talk a bit about kurtosis in the context of scenarios and probabilities. In this video, I want to focus on the steps needed to calculate this important measure. Let's get started. We perform the calculation step by step using Excel. The first step is to calculate the expected return. This expected return is the result of adding the returns of each scenario, weighted or in other words multiplied, by the respective probabilities of each scenario. After calculating it, this return is 2.45% for TTI. Once you have the expected return for TTI, you can proceed to calculate the variance and standard deviation of its returns. Remember that we performed these calculations step by step in one of the previous videos on standard deviation evaluating probabilistic scenarios. Just to refresh your memory, we need to calculate the deviation of the return for each scenario from the average return. These deviations must then be squared and multiplied by the probability of their respective scenario. Finally, remember that the sum of these square and weighted deviations is the variance, and the square root of the variance is the standard deviation. As the third step to calculate kurtosis, we need to raise to the fourth power the deviation of each of the returns from the expected return for each scenario and multiply by the respective probability of each scenario. Then we sum these results, which you can see in column EFE. In this case, this sum equals 0.0000146. This is the numerator of our fraction for calculating kurtosis. The fourth step is to determine the denominator of the kurtosis formula. Doing this is simple. You only need to raise the standard deviation to the fourth power. In this case, the result is 0.000879%. Finally, you only need to divide the sum of the values in column EFE, which has a value of 0.0000146, by the denominator of 0.000879%. The result is 1.66, which is the kurtosis. Thank you for your attention and for the great work you are doing. Let's stay in touch.